Hey class, welcome back. We are going to be adding, this is actually section 3.3 and 3.4 truth tables. So really the question is, how could I make this more difficult? The only way to do that is to add a third case. So what we've been doing is we just had P's and Q's. Well, now we're going to add that third sentence or that third phrase, which is an R. Okay. Now, lucky for you, the rules don't change, and you can only do two of these items together at the same time. So that's why the rules are still the same rules. So the rules are true and true, make true statement, false or false, make a false statement. If true, then false. That also makes a false statement. And then the biconditionals, remember there's two of them. So true if and only if true, make true. But also same truth value, false if and only if false, will also make true. And then, of course, there is the negation, and that's just the opposite, right? Okay. So all five of these, the rules are still going to say the same. The only difference is now we're going to have a P, true or false, Q, true or false, and an R, true or false. And so if you think back, when we had the P and just Q, this was what you were supposed to memorize. These were all the cases that happened to work out. Well, now since we add another letter or another sentence, it also can be true or false. And so what we get is just more cases. So this is what you'll need to memorize. Again, P is either true or false. So this time it's going to have 4 trues, 4 falses. Q is also either true or false. And you're going to break this up into sets of 2. 2 true, 2 false. 2 true, 2 false. And then R is either true or false. And so in order to get all the options, we alternate. True, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. So this now is your memorization for when you have 3 different cases. All right, so if we look at page 132, if you're in your book, if not, this was on the notes that you could print out or use. P, Q, R, all of this is memorized and already given, but like I said, the rules are going to stay the same. So here I've got what's in the grouping parentheses, P and Q, and then I add the or R. So if I do P and Q, I just have to make sure which columns are we looking at, and I'm just looking at P and Q. What was the rule for and? True and true make true. So where did that happen? Here. True and true. No, 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 no. So the rest of these are all false. Okay? Then we take the parentheses, which is this group, or R, this group. So what was the rule there? False or false make false. So now I'm looking between these two columns. False, false, here. False, false, here. False, false, here. So those are the ones that follow the rule. And if it doesn't follow the rule, then it's going to be true. Okay? So again, if you've practiced and memorized the rules over the last few days, then the rules aren't going to change. R is the only thing that changed, which made our whole table get bigger. 4 trues, 4 falses, 2 trues, 2 false, 2 true, 2 false. Alternate every one of them. True, false, true, false, true, false. Okay. We'll try another one. This is number 38 on page 135. Still same thing. Negation of a Q. Grouping parentheses, not Q and R. And then the whole thing is going to be P or the group. All right, so negate Q, that's here. Opposite, false, false, true, true, false, false, true, true. Then the group, and. Two truths make true. So this time I'm looking at negation of Q and R. So between the two, I'm looking for the rule. Two truths here. Two truths also here. It doesn't follow the rule. False, 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 false. Okay? And then the next rule is with an or. So I'm looking false or false make false between here and here. So that's all the way over here and this parenthesis. So now I got to kind of make my eyes go back and forth. I'm going to highlight it so you know which two I'm looking at. And I'm looking for false or false between those two yellow columns. So no, 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 yes, yes, no, yes. So those three are the ones that follow the rule. And then, of course, if it doesn't follow the rule, it's going to be the opposite value, which happens to be true. Okay? All right. Well, again, that's all that you add is the basic new memorization of a third sentence or statement, but the rules still apply. So these are the ones that you're going to practice out of the book on page 135. That's out of section 3 with ands and ors. And then the page 146, this one is going to be the if-thens and the if and only if practice ones. So that's the lesson for today. Do those out of your book, and I'll talk to you when I see you. Thanks.